Kim here, Abundant Life Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me for another Mystery Mystic reading. We are continuing our reading series on Asha Degree's disappearance. She went missing out of Shelby, North Carolina, February 14th, 2000. It's been 24 years, and there's finally been some movement as of September of 2024. And I'm recording this at the very end of September 30th, 2024. So we're just exploring different aspects of the case. And now what we're looking at is, the first question is, are there any red herrings that could potentially be throwing off the case or throwing people off who have been working or following this case all these years? Red herrings. Or is it what we see is what we get? So what is the nature of the red herring? Temperance. Okay. Sorry for all the background noise. Okay, rumors in tabloids. There's been rumors, many rumors. City or urban, revenge. All right. Dating. All right, we'll stop there. There are red herrings, but Spirit is also saying something interesting here. Like, what you see is what you get with this case as well. Like, you know how there's some instances where there's rumors and speculation that's totally off base, or there's some element of truth, but it's mostly not the truth, or, you know, it's not the pure 100% truth. I'm getting a sense that certain rumors actually hold a lot of weight, and that in and of itself, just because it's a rumor, just because it went through the rumor mill in the town, or, you know, I don't know so much about online theories, but rumors, the rumor mill in the local town, if there has been rumors, Spirit is saying that there's a lot of credence to it, and that is not a red herring. Typically, it could be a red herring, right? You hear a bunch of rumors, specific rumors. What could those rumors be about? We have the chariot. The chariot, the vehicle. What I get a sense of is maybe we have a misunderstanding about who was driving or the importance of the driver. The driver of the green vehicle. Again, this shade of it to me, to my naked eye, yes, I know it's yellow, but it looks almost limey green, like chartreuse. Reminds me of a green colored vehicle. We have temperance. I'm not quite sure how temperance shows up as of yet, but I think another red herring is, I'm going to have to go close this window. It's so loud and rambunctious out there. Motive, revenge. I know there's a story I think I stumbled upon when I was trying to find articles, like recent articles surrounding Asha's disappearance. And some people were floating the idea that maybe her dad, like this is some sort of revenge towards her dad. But I'm getting a sense that this could be a red herring as well, as is some kind of dating history. So rumors and speculation, there's some major rumor surrounding abusive relationships, allegedly. And it could be within someone's home life, and I'm talking about the perps who are involved, their conflict, rumors in tabloids. There is a lot of truth to what the rumor mill is picking up on, if not 100%. Like, if we had to put it on a truth meter for a particular rumor in tabloid. I'm trying to get to the heart of what that could be. Maybe, like I said, it has something to do with who's driving with that chariot. But I would say on the meter, it's 90% true. And that's pretty high on my rumor and tabloid meter. Anything else, Spirit, you wish to share? Photos. Oh, that brings up something important that I was going to ask about anyway. We have photos. Remember there was a photo of another little girl that was at the shed, I believe. Like, it was at the shed where there was like little wrappers and things they believed that belonged to Asha. I could be wrong on that, but there was a photo of another little black girl. And they couldn't really identify who that was. There were rumors that somebody found the adult version of that person in that picture, the little girl. But I don't know that for truth. And I'm getting a sense that this could be also a red herring. Color red photos. Maybe there's also other photos that later come out that were red herrings, or maybe there's some other photo that people have talked about related to evidence. Those of you who have followed this case could let us know. But I'm getting a sense, and you all can let me know what you think about that. But the photo of the little girl has really nothing to do with her disappearance. Like, it's just happenstance. I could be wrong. That's what I'm picking up when we ask the question of, are there any red herrings? And it's so interesting we got this card. Now, I would like to ask about, out of all of the evidence recently found, what is the smoking gun? And is there a smoking gun? Let's first ask, is there a smoking gun? I want one card, please. Got the Four of Pentacles. And this culmination. There's no, I mean, yes, the DNA blows things wide open, but it still leaves question marks, right? After all this time, it still leaves room for who actually did what, and having to piece it all together. So you know how when they say there's a smoking gun, like literally that phrase comes from a smoking gun. Like, okay, the gun that just fired off and you see somebody with a bullet wound and there's the smoking gun. That's like the correlation, the direct evidence. There is no smoking gun. Even the car gives us more information, but this card is saying no, there's not necessarily a smoking gun. Okay, we'll take that. How about just general evidence that was recently collected, Spirit, that law enforcement is, look at this, daughter, is looking into or really hoping to press upon for cooperation? We have money trail. That goes with that Four of Pentacles too. Okay. Lord, look at that. That one flew right out of the deck. They're looking to see if there's evidence of Asha being lured. Or if other little girls have been lured. It may end up being a dead end in the investigation, but it's worth exploring, is what law enforcement is saying. We have accident. Not sure what that is. I'll show you all the cards in a moment. But no smoking gun. It's like a culmination of things. We got a suburban area or home, nice neighborhood situation. So there, you know, I want to also know, like, generally, how is law enforcement feeling about the evidence that they've collected so far? How are they feeling about that? Collectively, law enforcement. Hold on. I want one or two cards. Clear messages. Law enforcement, collectively, how are they feeling about the case? Wow, this came out again. I shuffled this so good. I don't know what to make of Ten of Air. They're having to start from scratch. I don't know. Do they feel good about it? About the case that they have? Okay. I just had to make sure. Yes, there's been a big break in the case, and that is wonderful news in terms of them getting the vehicle, the DNA evidence coming about. That's great. It's just, I feel like law enforcement doesn't necessarily feel like they have a slam dunk case. Even though with everything that they have, they just don't feel that way. I'm saying that because we've got the Ten of Air, Ten of Swords, Nine of Air, Nine of Swords. Cruelty is the keyword. Destruction here. There's been destruction of key evidence. You know, statements are challenging 24 years later from witnesses. People have gone on and died, or they forgot what happened, like key details, or they don't want to shake up their life today. So there's an uphill battle for law enforcement. They're continuously working the case, but there's a sense of defeat. This doesn't mean this is going to be like this forever, but they have an uphill battle. They recognize that. They also recognize that there's a lot of key players in this with this Ten of Swords. The ultimate betrayal, like how could you do this to this girl, this little girl, Asha, but also to a family, or to your family, or to the community. There's some greater sense of betrayal, not just one person, but multiple people feeling the effects. It was cruel. They also are trying to go an angle of cruelty. And what I mean by that is law enforcement is looking at if there was cruelty towards Asha, or that this situation, that she's just walking in the night and someone takes her. You know, they have to try to paint that picture, but it's difficult because the evidence, they have to put it all together. And they're dealing with, like, I don't know, the devil, time is the devil, right? Time is of the essence. Yeah. Maybe even having to exhume somebody later. I don't know. This is intense, as is the Ten of Air. But they're having to backtrack. And the reason why they've gotten to this point is because they had to, like, have renewed interest or new beginning, someone having a new approach or new ideas on how to approach the case. And this is how they got to this point. But law enforcement's not confident that they can, that they can continue. It's like a race against time, because, it just feels like they know that there's a head honcho that they want to take down, but that they have a deceased person who has DNA attached to that vehicle, which is also attached to Asha, and then the Dedmon family. So, yeah, that's what I'll say about that. We got daughter. I feel like somebody's getting the squeeze. Somebody's going to get the squeeze, and it could be a daughter or daughters. A daughter has key information, but will she talk? That's what's in question in the next several months. Like, what can they get at this late stage? Money, like I said, like following the money. Lord. Is there evidence of that happening elsewhere? Is there evidence of not just luring children, but luring adults? Like, what is really going on here? And so they're having to really scope out patterns, and it's going to take some time to connect the dots here with law enforcement. So I wish I could say, yes, they have a smoking gun. And I wish I could say, yeah, it's the DNA. But there's more. You have to be able to, for a jury to tell the story and move a jury beyond reasonable doubt. And what exactly happened to Asha? That's what is the burden of the prosecution. And so, yeah, they could also use this as they're trying to figure out ways to maneuver around the accident defense of, oh, we hit her, or oh, we did this or that. There's going to be all sorts of defenses coming up. Impulse. Somebody impulsively acted. We talked about that in past readings surrounding Asha's case. Suburban. It all ties back to some neighborhood, the neighborhood, very local. Stone's throw away. From my understanding, they didn't live too far, they being where this house is, where this vehicle was. And I will say, I feel like this chariot is confirming to me that that vehicle that they have is most definitely the green vehicle that has been mentioned over the years about where, or like what Asha climbed into on that stormy, blustery early morning, you know. So suburban neighborhood, nice neighborhoods too. Other people lured. What else can they put together? So that's what I have. We got the red herring, no smoking gun. Let me know what you all think the cards are saying. Curious to hear from you. And do me a favor on your way out. Please hit the like button and subscribe. We have probably a couple of more videos that we're going to do regarding Asha's disappearance. And I'll just list them now. The next video I want to cover, next reading, is where is she located? And are police on the right track for at least finding her or finding more evidence about what happened to her? So we'll go over that in that video. And then finally, the last one is going to be what's next in the investigation, and will this crime ever be, or this case ever be solved? So that'll be the last video. A couple questions. So we're moving along. I'm curious also to know if you all did a reading yourself on Asha Degree's disappearance and what came up for you. And what do you think this devil is also referring to? Curious about your thoughts on that. Addiction, somebody lured, somebody who has some sort of addiction and with money and whatever it is, their candy, their treat, their vice. Could be something like that as well. Daughter uses to make Asha feel safe. All right, you know I could keep going on and on. I'm going to stop here now. Thanks, everyone. Talk to you all later. Bye for now.